Welcome to episode 5, Keep the Faith, and we have a great man here beside us. He's a good old friend here, many years now. The youngest brother now, you look at him, he looks like the youngest fella, alright. We joke, he's the youngest brother in Ireland. Brother Tommy Welsh, and we love him here in Salle, and I suppose he's famous for his basketball and his love of Gaelic football in Kerry. But he's more strings to his bow, and we're going to find out as much as we can from this man and why he became a brother. And so welcome, Brother Tommy.
Thank you, it's good to be here.
Yeah, and Brother, look, this is going out, probably we'll share this, to the worldwide. I know you're in the middle, we'll probably plug it a bit there. You're raising money for your Salle projects. Brother Tommy does a lot of fundraising every year, massive projects in India, and he was in Africa, in many countries, but India at the moment. So maybe you might just explain, you want to run that first, and then we'll go into your inner darker secrets.
Well, this is going to be my 21st project overseas, because we've been in Nigeria, Ethiopia, Kenya, South Africa and India.
Yeah.
So there's 5 of us. Tom O'Neill from the school here in Waterford, former teacher, plus 3 from Raheny in Dublin. The 5 of us are going off to Keely Moodyman, and we're hoping to build 8 classrooms. The cost of it is going to cost 161,000.
Wow.
We have half of it at the moment, and we're in the middle of fundraising. Right, so a couple of weeks ago we got the hair dyed blue, right?
Papa Smurf.
And and it caused a lot of crack around the place.
Yeah.
And I just hope that people go and donate and support this.
And can I just stop you there?
Yes.
Key Kavanagh, he's a teacher here now.
Yes.
Key Kavanagh, he wasn't tuned into the social media, so he didn't know this shave or dye was going on.
Right.
And he came to me and said, "What's going on with Brother Tommy's hair?" He was getting worried. He said he's gone mad.
Well, we had done it before.
Found out then, yeah.
We've done it a few times, and
He's new to the
it's
school.
a great way of raising money and an awareness, and people donate, and we get the 8 classrooms built.
Yeah.
We've done all the projects, and we've never failed any year not to raise enough money.
Yeah.
Right, and
Wow.
we've done all the projects down through the years, and I'm looking forward to this one.
It's a big, it's like, I don't know, it's a massive challenge. 161 houses, a lot to raise, and you're competing with so many charities. There's so many things going on.
Yes.
In our own country, even there's people without houses and stuff and all that. But to get 161 in this day and age, where there's so many people under pressure.
Well, I was in Medjugorje, so I'm only back last night.
So Our Lady look after
and
you.
Everyone in Medjugorje were asking me what I was doing with blue hair.
Yeah.
Right. So eventually, I shared what I was doing, and some of them outside there donated to the project as well, and they'll spread the faith as well.
So the blue hair had a purpose.
It sure
attract
had
attention.
And like the weekend before, I was above in a church in Baldoyle.
Yeah.
And the day before, I got the hair done.
Yeah.
And I was speaking in the church about the project.
Oh.
And there was little kids there making First Holy Communion,
Oh, no.
and they didn't know what to make of a Kerry man,
With blue
right,
hair.
above with blue hair.
Touch your
Right.
dope.
They thought I was going into the Hill 16, right,
Yeah.
to support
Flair.
Louth.
Yeah.
Well, it was so.
Yeah.
It's going to raise money. And
Yeah,
so
well, you get. I know you always
Yeah.
do it, and you've a lot of supporters out there. And come here, Medjugorje was written special about this. I know that you go every year, but it was written special about last week's journey. Or you're only back today, aren't you?
I'm only back last night.
Yeah.
I would recommend it to everyone to
Yeah.
go, and not just listen to me. Go there and see for yourself. We
Yeah.
had 3 students. You had Evan.
It was on, yeah.
Evan was on, and Luke was out there, and Callum were there.
Yeah.
And they had a fantastic experience.
Yeah.
Anyone that goes and see, you come back with peace. There's people
Yeah.
going around saying the rosary, attending mass, going to confession, reading the Bible, right, fasting, climbing mountains, and you come back a different person.
And see, people don't. I know we're going off. We hadn't even talked about Medjugorje, but
Mm.
people don't even think about the power of prayer. They don't really see the value of it.
It is unbelievable
Yeah.
to see thousands doing adoration at night.
Yeah.
They do the rosary for an hour, they do mass for an hour, and then they have adoration, right?
Silence.
Most nights there,
Silence.
in silence, and it's lovely. The kind of Taizé music and little reflections, families, the whole lot, from
Yeah.
little babies up to grandparents,
Yeah.
right? It's a little bit of heaven that has come down
It
here.
is, yeah. That's a
You
good way
know,
of describing it.
I would recommend it for everyone that's listening
Yeah.
to this podcast.
Now, you obviously came from a good family, because you wouldn't become a brother unless you had a bit of faith in the family. So, what would you attribute your drive? I wouldn't say, your drive, I suppose, to do all this. Like,
Well,
you're not doing it for show. You're doing it. There's something driving you. Sometimes there's a gospel reading where it says, "Don't let the left hand see what the right hand's doing."
well, we were brought up in a Catholic family,
Yeah.
right? And every night we said the rosary as a family.
Yeah.
Turn off the television, and
Yeah.
it used to drive us bananas. Down your knees and say the rosary,
Yeah.
right? And we did, and we might be racing through the rosary to try and
Yeah.
speed up. And my mother, Lord to mercy her, she would say, "If you don't stop, we'll start again." And sometimes
Oh.
she did. So we said the rosary together. We went to mass on the Sunday, and there was special days like Good Friday. We'd all stop for 3 o'clock and gather around the cross in the house and pray. Right?
Yeah.
Spirituality meant an awful lot.
Yeah.
So when I went away to boarding school, my first time away from home, the rosary is what I held on to. I
Yeah.
knew nobody, absolutely nobody
Yeah.
in the school, and held on to the rosary and have held on to it ever since. Then I saw the brothers in that school in Castledown and Laois, working, praying, playing games with the students full time.
Yeah.
And I said, I would love to be able to do something like that and work with young people.
Yeah.
And I love working with young people. If there's prayer and everything involved in it, all the better. And I gave my life to De La Salle then after that. I didn't know whether the brothers would accept me or whether I stay in the brothers or whatever. But that faith that's generated back in my own home in Kerry, that has stuck to me. And ever since, it is driving me to do everything that I'm involved in.
And like, look, it's not all rosy either. There's a lot of suffering goes with that. There's a lot of suffering, a lot of doubts come in. You know, that's the devil will be getting at you now and again, trying to, to say, right, you shouldn't be a brother.
From time to time, people ask me, why don't they go the whole hog and become a priest?
Yeah.
Right, and there's such a shortage of priests. But I lived with the brothers, saw the brothers, and I was really impressed. And I said I could help out and do that. And working with young people, I really cherish that gift down through the years, and still working with them. And they keep you young and on your toes, and they'll challenge you, but they're the best.
Yeah, even I see your basketball team in 2002, was it?
Yes.
I remember I was only 2 years in school and we got 10 buses up to Salle. And it was the first big All Ireland, biggest sports event I've seen. The hurling obviously came after, but that was a big event. And even those guys, I can still remember their names, and they remember you. And every time you meet each other, it's
we lost one All Ireland
the year before
on the buzzer by a pint, and then we came back the following year and won it. And what a relief! And
but those guys remember you. That's all. When they say you, basketball.
Yeah, but it's football, hurling, soccer, anything, right?
Yeah.
Involved with class, right? Youngsters are brilliant. I find it. There's very few that are very difficult. Very, very few.
Yeah.
And I find that uplifting. That we have fantastic kids. And here in the college in Waterford, we have fantastic kids that go through.
Yeah, and if you're looking back over your career, and it's a long career of being a brother, is it right to call it a career? A vocation.
It's a vocation more.
Vocation, your vocation as a brother. Would you pinpoint any moment that you could say, right, that was a hard time, or I'm not trying to make you cry or anything.
Well, over the years, right, people ask me, where do I get my joy, right, in being a brother and staying as a brother? One, I think, is from prayer. Right, we live in the community, and prayer is essential. Like this morning, I was up 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right. Only after
sending WhatsApps.
Sending WhatsApps. Right. But I didn't send any this morning. But prayer is essential. Living in community with other brothers. Right. That is powerful. And working with young people. I think those are 3 special gifts that I have in my life that other people may not have. Right. They're married and have other commitments and everything. Right. And there are, down through the years, people died and difficulties and everything. I lost 2 sisters. Yeah. All right, so that was very painful.
I knew you lost one. I didn't know you lost 2.
I lost 2. One when we were very young. She got yellow jaundice and she passed away. There was no cure for yellow jaundice way back. Yeah. I was only, I'd say, 7 or 8.
Wow.
Right, and then my sister drowned. Yeah. Right, and she was married with 3 young kids and everything. So that was very, very difficult on the family and everything. Right, so brothers that you knew very well, right,
Tim.
that passed away.
Yeah.
Brother Tim, Brother Amity, Brother Charles. And when Brother Charles died,
Yeah.
I couldn't even go to the funeral.
Yeah.
Only 14 people allowed to the funeral. That was
That's hard.
heart-wrenching now. And like, he was such a beautiful character here. And I said I'd even stay in the graveyard, but no,
Why is that?
forbidden to go because COVID was on, and you only 14 people, and that was a terrible time.
He was a great man, Charles.
Yes.
Quite unassuming, went about his business.
Yes.
Didn't look for any.
But there's an awful lot of people like that. There's an awful lot of great people, and they condemn the church and say bad things about it. There's a lot in parishes that are wonderful, powerful people.
I should know. Like they're doing you don't blame you don't blame Jesus.
No.
You know, there's good players and bad players on every team, and like the majority of brothers and priests are brilliant, but it's unfortunate that the bad press.
And I think through all the difficulties, it's your faith that brings you through. Like students died in the schools, like with cancer and everything, and the impact it has on kids, and people are killed in cars and accidents, and unless you have faith, unless you are really grounded, you will find it very difficult, and you'll be 100%. Questioning God all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it is. That's when and they say that's when God is closer, when that tragedy hits a family, and every family in this probably school has suffered something or will suffer, and it's only that faith, you need it.
It's essential.
If you don't have it,
it's essential, and it's only when you're at your lowest, then you will probably open up to God and turn back to Him. Many people do when they're at their lowest.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
But I think it's a gift that's there for everybody, every day.
I remember you told me a story. Probably we're not going to keep you too much longer because you're a busy man raising money. But you had a story, I don't know what country it was, in Africa. It broke your heart. It nearly ripped you apart. A young boy. His dad died or something. What was that story? He came to you or something. He was saying.
There was one in Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
We were at mass one day, and this woman came with a baby, right?
Yeah.
A young boy, and his head had swollen 3-4 times what it should be.
God.
Right, and the mother handed the child over to us and said, "Take the baby and look after it." And we said, "We can't take the baby." So she asked, would we give her money so the kid would go off and have an operation? So we, the volunteers, put money together. We gave it to her. We thought we'd never see her again. She'd be gone. We thought the child would die and everything. 2 weeks later, the child came back. Perfect. And the head had reduced. He had the operation and everything.
Wow.
The mother went down on her knees, touching our feet, thanking us.
Wow.
And like, we go to build, right, and do a project, but there's various other things that prop up like that, right, and helping that woman.
That was brilliant.
Right. One girl, she was an occupational therapist, and she worked in the Mother Teresa orphanage, and she got a child to speak for the first time ever.
Wow.
When she was there, because she was an expert and knew what to do, and she worked with the child and spoke for the first time ever. That was a beautiful gift from God. And we were there just as volunteers. Yeah. You know. And over the years, the communities we have lived with and worked with and doing the project, they are fantastic. Yeah. Unbelievable and very, very spiritual. Yeah. And like, we have had that gift for the last 25 years. Yeah. And I'd love anyone listening to this who would want to be a volunteer would love to get in contact with us and bring other volunteers. You'll come back a changed person when you see poverty and everything.
Practice, like I heard someone saying sometimes if you're talking about a problem, you keep reliving that whole problem again, you know. So with that in mind, this program is aimed at lads left school. We know lads left school, they hit hard times. I remember talking to Ray Daly, a past teacher of the Salle. He's talking to a fella and he asked him a question, how he getting on, and it was horrific what he went through. You know, he lost his wife, and you know, some students that leave the school, they end up having a tough time with sickness and health, ill health and stuff. So we're just trying to, I suppose, encourage fellas who see this video. What would be a message, just before you finish up, what would be a good message you'd like to leave with anyone that's maybe, you said they're not really in a good place, but what would you say how would you maybe encourage them to get out of that?
I would certainly ask anyone who has difficulties to reach out to somebody. Yeah. Talk, share it with your best friend over a pint or whatever, but they need to see somebody and talk about it, because when it's shared, it's halved, right? And they can go and do something about it.
Mm.
There's no use festering and not doing anything at all.
Mm.
And there has to be somebody there that you can rely on and talk to and speak to and share, and help will come. There is help out there for everyone if they only reach out and ask for it. There is help.
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
good. That's good.
And we pray. And I finish this with saying, I pray through the inspiration of the Holy Spirit and through Delasad, right, that people will reach out to God as well, right? That in times of difficulties and everything, people reach out to God and turn back to God. He's only waiting. God is waiting for people to come back and just say they're sorry, go to confession, and all sins, anything they've done wrong is wiped out, right? And God is waiting for them to turn back and embrace them and love them.
100% agree. Saint Jean Baptiste de Salle.
Pray for us.
Save Jesus' hearts
forever.
Thanks very much.
Thank
Well,
you.
Thank you. Great stuff.
Thank you.